Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mobby, and today we're going to check out a game called Vagrus The Riven Realms. This game came out July 22nd, 2020, and goes for $30 US. We'll play for half an hour to an hour today, and check out how it plays. Hopefully it'll give you guys an understanding of what the game is, just in case you were interested in it. And if you guys really like the game, make sure to watch, like, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to see a full playthrough. Just let me know. Alright, so really quick, this is the opening screen. The Riven Realms is still in development. There'll be bugs, missing content, unfinished features. Vagrus is a game that involves a fair amount of reading if it is to be enjoyed, and experiences intended by the developers. You guys don't like reading, don't play this game, right? It is also a game where success is by no means guaranteed. You'll probably lose everything several times before getting the hang of leading your traveling company. Good God. Play intro? Yeah, I'll play the intro. Hold space. We gotta hold it. Woof. Okay. Comatati, an armed traveling company. Okay. And Vagrus, an adventurer, a vagabond. You got it. Okay. I saw some screen. Oh. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, if my hair is moving around, I got a fan here.
It was not always so.
Ooh.
The old empire, the noblest and most enduring society created by humankind,
Okay.
spanned almost the entire continent of Zerine.
That's got like a nice Middle Earth feel to it. I like that.
But after several millennia of
That's a big
progress
boy.
and incomparable achievements, inevitably the empire began to fall into stagnation.
So really quick, this is a strategy tabletop kind of game. A lot of reading and, you know, I think rolling for checks. At least that's what the screenshots said.
And his theocracy took to measures that were worthy of true despots in cruelty.
Really? Looks cool. Looks cool so far.
Enslaving whole nations.
That's a cool shot. The catapult, man.
Strip mining foreign
Yo.
resources. Oppressing
Jesus.
imperial citizens. War on several fronts.
Okay, this game got dark, man. This game got dark and for mature guys. Ooh, baby.
Eventually the gods could no longer tolerate
The
such
gods?
laws in their name.
Oh.
Told by an abundance of divine omens, they descended upon the empire
What
to
the-
right its wrongs.
What the fudge? We're gonna be fighting
Thus, in a
Titans?
chain of dreadful events that became known as the Calamity.
Ah, the Calamity.
They annihilated the empire in a matter
I know all that. Breath of the Wild. Wow. Really weird, huh?
The gods then finally saw what they had done in their anger and confusion. It is said that so much grief and shame filled them that they were broken and they left this reality, never to return.
The gods are like, what have we done? Let's
The
get out of
continent
here.
and its inhabitants seemed
Fudge it.
dead. But at length, survivors began to crawl out of their hiding holes and faced a land that no longer welcomed them.
Okay.
Arcane anomalies, the fallout of the Calamity, now riddled the continent, and people realized that they had to share their new home with changed and twisted creatures.
Wow, that looks nuts. Look at that down there. Jesus. Hunchback of the Calamity.
Beings entered through the cracks in the tapestry of reality, arose to rule.
Oh,
over
look back
nations.
there.
In time, these new
Whoa.
powers rebuilt the fallen empire. in
Cool
their
story
own
so
image.
far. Cool story.
And the River Realms, now godless and vengeful, reincarnated from the ashes.
So that's our backdrop.
The inhabitants of the land, such as I,
Ooh, I.
now eke out a living under the crushing rule of a new empire. The
Bum,
continent
ba-da-ba-dum.
itself constantly resists our every attempt at building a cozy home for ourselves.
Interesting,
As
interesting.
travel is dangerous, many ventures specialize in transferring cargo and passengers over bleak and deadly leagues of land.
How long is the intro?
Others try to take everything of value from said travelers,
Super narrative, I guess.
or attempt to find buried treasures among the ruins of the old
It's like it's like a Lord of the Rings and
These are
Conan, you know?
Some say the bravest men and women of the River Realms. Such a leader is called
The
a
Vagrus?
Vagrus.
That's me, the Vagrus. Okay, let's get this thing show on the road. Whoa, the Vagrus. New game, options, credit, quit. This build is dedicated to some peoples. Currently known issues. Font size can be adjusted in tooltips only. Blah blah. Okay, let's get started. Nothing beside remains around the decay of that colossal wreck, bones and bare, boundless in bones. Blah blah blah. You got it.
Ah, yes. A Vagrus.
Uh,
What a profession. Daring and savvy.
can you guys hear?
Watching the
I'm gonna turn it
horse.
up a little bit.
Always
Let's go up like 5 more percent.
looking for an opportunity. And of course,
Better?
for what is best for his comitatus.
More,
eh?
more.
And you are a Vagrus too, are you not?
I can. What's
Many
this?
of your kind have I
Play
seen
Pilgrims
on
of the
all
Wasteland
ranks of
or
vagabonds.
skip?
Care to listen to a story about your exquisite occupation, good master? It is a tale of woe and terror.
Do I care?
Also a tale that is true,
Oops. Resume.
as I have seen it with mine
I
own
guess we
eyes.
play it. It's it might be another like video.
Wise you are, good master.
At least they got voice acting.
My
huh?
tale is of a Vagrus, such as yourself, but one whose fate was cursed and wrought with ill fortune. It all happened a long time ago.
Uh huh.
10 years, maybe more.
Okay. Maybe it's tutorial.
This comitatus I speak of,
Ay ay ay.
fallen under hard times.
They weren't
Perhaps
kidding about
it was
the.
due to imperial harassment
I'm gonna turn up the
or
volume even more. You guys can hear him
or
talk.
simply bad luck. Hierophants, saint of roads, does not always smile on us mere mortals. But however, it came to pass, their coin was drying up, and their opportunities seemed few and far between. One of the last chances their Vagrus saw was to travel to the remote town of Scrapheap and spend their remaining funds to stock up on cheap scrap metal. This metal could be sold for great profit over in the east and south. It wasn't a bad plan, truly.
I can probably read faster than this, so I think I will. Just so you guys know, this is as the game warned us. A lot of dialogue, a lot of narrative. So if that's not your thing, I don't know. But we're going to play as intended and try to get all the information so we can enjoy it better, according to the game. Okay, holding space. Welcome to the Pilgrims, a standalone story. It serves as an introduction. What do you think this is, like a roguelike? It behooves you to read the tutorial. Okay, this icon can be clicked in the tutorial window. Please note the right UI. Okay, Vagrus is open world. This is the tutorial. It progresses narrow. Okay, you got it. You can access the hotkey by pressing F11. F11. Well, wait. Okay, let's see. On the campaign. Okay, so it's movement, supplies, cargo, morale, vigor, money. I don't know. What's this up here? Days of the week. On the campaign your campaign map, your caravan always occupies a node, meaning probably right here, and moves between through different paths. Moving along costs movement points, indicated like 3, 3, 2, 2. Every in-game day you have a number of movement points before you have to camp. To move, click and select move. You can pick one further away, and it will be calculated. Move to the scrap heap. So we're gonna walk there for 6. Walk. So it took 6. Okay, something. Most of the story is presented into interactive text called events. Events let you make different choices. Some choices can have a number of consequences, while others have various dependencies. Dependencies meaning you can only pick one if you have the prerequisites, such as skills, perks, characters. To select a choice, use 1 to 9. Navigate this event to its end. Okay, so this is a super narrative. Let's go. Having got ahead of the column with a handful of scouts, you watch afar as your comitatus slowly trudges along the broken terrain, making its way through south ponderously among dormant geysers. All around you, the hills smolder lazily in the perpetual twilight. Are you alright? Javik's voice resonates with sympathy. Oh god, the text is really small on my screen. I should have made it full screen. Let's see. You do not look at him. You are lost at a gaze. You return to your comms, and his note a supportive smile. You and him have been traveling the realms together for years. There is no person who trusts more. Okay, so he's my right-hand man. I know that you feel your hands are tied, but you made the right choice for leading us here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 choices. The time will tell. I still have my doubts. There wasn't much of a choice. It has to work. Thank you, but the last thing I need is a pep talk, a clumsy one. It has to work. We cannot fail. Not like this. You glance at him. You glance? It has to work. We cannot fail. You glance at Javik and notice the worried look he's giving you. You turn away back to the horizon. No reason to be crestfallen yet. We stick to the plan. Why should it not work? He says cheerfully. You know, there could be hundreds of reasons, but I do not feel like reminding him. The crew. The crew? The fear betrays you? Yes, the plan. It might work. Yes, it will. The plan. You talked to your traveling company and said this a few weeks ago. It's like playing a novel, like a choose-your-own-adventure game. But with each step towards the western mountains, more and more of them started to have doubts, such as the way of the road, perhaps. The plan involves a desperate attempt at squeezing a low-selling price for metal bits out of an old contact of yours in the town of Scrap Heap. Stock it up on said metal by spending your remaining coin and bringing the cargo down around the Molten Tongue to Devon via Avernum and Ash. There was a shortage of metal in Devon, and you know several buyers who would give you a pretty price for your goods, if only you can make it there before many others with similar cargo. Such contacts are the boon of the long decades spent on the road. But even if Narbo, that villain, gave you an agreeable price in Scrap Heap, the road is not without its perils. Sneaking through the gap between the dead forest, the Molten Tongue is inviting disaster, so it is not a path many Vagri would risk. And of course, if this fails, you have utterly run out of alternatives. Do you think Narbo will help us? The old scavenger was never famous for his goodwill. Javik wonders. Okay, so pretty much if you are kind of lost, like I said, we are running a caravan, and the whole world is in ruins. And apparently, we're right in the thick of things. We're about to make a huge decision. We're going to travel to a place in order to bring some cargo in to trade for some resources. And I'm talking to Jarvek. Was that his name? Javek. So, here we go. One can only hope. I haven't seen him in years, but we always did good business. You are not sure if he would remember you. If he is not willing, we must find a way to compel him. Ooh. He has to come help us. He won't be able to pass up the opportunity to make us indebted to him. Even the thought of selling yourself out makes you feel dirty. Hey, man, he has to help us, right? He's got to. Can I click on this? I can't click on this? Click. 3. Oh, wait, there. When the text is highlighted in pale blue, you have found a Codex Entry. Clicking these opens the Codex. Click on the highlighted word. The blue one. Yeah, the Scrap Heap. Jesus Christ, this game has a lot of lore. A lot of entries throughout the game, unread. Entries have a crystal, blah, blah, blah. Entry, you can search and filter them, unread. It's supplementary. It's there if you want to know more about the world they're building. So you don't have to read it, but considering this is a super big narrative type of game, it might be in your own benefit if you really want to dive deep into the lore, you know? You can close the codex and continue on your entry. Okay, he has to help us out. There are dark times that call for desperate deeds, but such thoughts make me uncomfortable, to be honest. Javik rubs his chin absent-mindedly. You have seen this expression of his far too often to not realize that he's using sorcerer's talent to read your mind. Taking a peek. Apologies! Javik rubs his eyes quickly and looks away. You know how it is. He's a freaking mage. What am I then? Do you think I get to choose my character? It comes to me so naturally that sometimes I don't know if I'm doing it. Your thoughts were loud, Vagrus. I've actually have to block them, you see. After joining your caravan 6 years ago, Javik proved to be an invaluable asset. Not only does he sense mood and thoughts around him, but he's also able to subtly manipulate others when he focuses his inner energies, like a Jedi. It only comes in handy when doing business. Oh, it comes in handy when doing business. Then there are his other perks. A few times you saw him shatter the minds of men and beasts who try to kill him. Not a pretty sight, but a very effective deterrence. Yet, because he is not a trained sorcerer, at least not in the traditional sense, his abilities are sometimes difficult to control. You have become accustomed to his impromptu thought scans, while others find it less less bearable to be around him. For this reason, he has kept his abilities a secret for many years overall, but you can't keep a secret such as this for a long time in the close-knit community of the caravan. Especially not if you keep bursting minds and knowing things you shouldn't. So there are only a handful of your comms who could put up being near him for such a length of time. But even so, he has not probed your mind in years. Certainly not on purpose, but neither by accident. Perhaps he had less in control now, which suggests he is more on edge about this whole trip than he lets on. Interesting, dude. Apology accepted. Make sure it doesn't happen again. Psh, apology accepted. You manage a faint smile. Let's return to the others and push on. There's still a day's of travel ahead of us. Both of you head west to join the column. Back to the Comitatus. God, so hard to remember that. Comitatus.
As we were coming up to the gates of Scrap Heap, this trash pile town of cutthroats and scavengers, we could see the vast mountain ranges of shattered Vivanda Thar looming ominously over the horizon, half shrouded in the gaseous vapors belched forth by the volcanoes in the far west. My companions prepared to do their business in town as fast as they could, not wishing to tarry in this notorious place.
Ooh, let's go. Okay, so we're heading on to the Scrap Heap. Here we go. We're here. Okay. Let's see. When a Comitatus enters a settlement, you can select from a variety of options that have their own separate pane, revolving on resting, resupplying, and trading. You also have the opportunity to initiate stories located in the settlement. This time, only the stories active follow it. Okay, at the foot of the ever-fuming mountain is the ancient dwarven kingdom, the Scrap Heap, a town of scavengers. Debris and junk is piled into veritable hills upon which the rickety homes of the decrepit inhabitants stand precariously. Ash lingers everywhere, and the sun is almost bent from the twilight skies. Deals are struck day and nights over precious metal scraps gathered in the ruin of nearby Vendar. Thar, while the Heap King oversees all his dreaded tower. Shady eyes and soot-covered faces watch from under ash-laden awnings. Life is cheaper than iron here, some say. Track down Narbo. Can he be convinced to help you out? Track him down. Okay, so, like I said, choose your own adventure. Okay. You make your way through the Wraith Stash. Oh, God, is there a way to freaking... Is there options anywhere? Here we go. Okay. I need to make this thing like, oh, thank God. Did it work? Wait, what does it say? Font signs can be adjusted for your events, codex, and tooltips only. Ah, so not for this. Can I, like, make it... Oh, thank God. Okay. So, you know, on Steam, you do Alt-Enter, it makes a full screen. It made a full screen for me. It's going to make it more easier. It didn't change for you guys, though. Okay, you make your way through their notorious watering hole tucked away in a small street just beneath the imposing tower of the Heap King, but not quite under its immense shadow. Few frequent the establishment, which makes it perfect for Narbo and his little operation of honest merchants. Apparently the knave is not only alive, but has done well for himself in the past decade or so. Taking only Javek with you, you leave the Comitatus, God dang it, Comitatus, to the care of Titus, your quartermaster. Ash is flitting from the black skies. You cross the street and nod to the bouncer of the Rat Stash. You give him your sidearms quietly. Sidearms, huh? Rules are rules, at least as long as they can enforce it. Yet they have the courtesy of allowing you to keep your dagger. And of course, they have no idea what Javak is capable of, should it come to a scuffle. Not that you expect such a thing, but with Narbo, no one ever knows. Though you have told your crew that he and you go way back, the entrepreneur is a capricious and manipulative man with whom you do not part in the best of terms. Oh, Jesus. Does he remember that? Surely. Could he be persuaded to take your proposal? Who knows? Your eyes slowly adjust to the dimness of the tavern's interior. Only a few candles and a lamp at the bar illuminate the common room. Shadowy faces turn toward you and observe through the smoke. The bartender, a thick-set man in dirty tunic, is chewing tobacco serenely. Above the bar hangs the skeleton of a large heap lizard on display. Narbo is sitting at a table in the back, his bodyguard half hidden in the darkness behind him. We go to Narbo, we go straight to the bar, or sit down at a table. We don't want to approach him, you know? We're going to go to the bar. The bartender stifles a belch and nods his greeting. What can I do for you? The way he grabs an earthenware mug suggests that it would probably be best to order something. You glance at Javik before paying for 2 rounds of a local mushroom brew called Ash Tongue. it is somewhat less loathsome than you imagine. Leaning over your drink, you quietly tell the barman that you are here to see Narbo. Are ya now? He is doing calculations, and he be doing not to be bothered what he doing. Calculations. He indicates Narbo at the corner with a nod. The entrepreneur is indeed busy poring over stacks of paper and fiddling with the calculus. Wait till he's done so we can finish our beer. Play it safe, watch the man. You chat with the bartender while sipping your beer. Most of it is boring, small talk, but when the conversation turns into a discussion of local prices, you notice Javik's stern expression and small hand gestures. He signals that you two have been at this for a long time now, indicating that he has gleaned something from the man's surface thoughts. When minutes later the bartender goes back to check in the kitchen, Javik leans over. Apparently there's a supplier of meats and mushrooms that has a surplus on his hands he wants to get rid of quickly. You can't help but smile but nod. This could save you quite a lot of coin. Also, your friend Narbo seems to be having some trouble with that package. In his mind, it is a constant frustration in connection to the Heap King. You nod to Javek and notice how the sleazy merchant has stopped fiddling with the calculus and is now looking some papers listlessly. It is now time. The entrepreneur looks up in front of him and rubs his eyes. Narbo was a corpulent man with a bushy dark beard and a few missing teeth. Part of his face is covered in scars, similar to those left by old Burns. That, coupled with the withered, mutated left arm that hangs limply at his side, it is a clear indication of the taint. The taint? The corruption? The merchant wears a leather jerkin studded with small bronze and bone coins, a sign of wealth and boldness. His bodyguard, a lithe man with tribal tattoos and an outfit made of leather, moves his hand calmly to a spear that leans against the wall. Narbo's mouth falls open as the spark of recognition flares up at his eyes. No wonder. It's been 10 years. The fuck, mate? He blinks. I thought you croaked, people. Narbo waves his hand and looks at his bodyguard. Told tales of your demise. The man finishes his sentence for him, and the merchant nods vehemently. Dude, can't read on that. That business with Kernak Outpost in the storm, Narbo adds. You tell him that you were indeed at Kernak when the terrible arcane storm struck. You describe the horrors of that night briefly. You add how many of your original comitatus died there, close friends, old traveling companions, but you walked away unscathed. This was years ago. Sheesh, the fucker Irafoons looked after something fierce, eh? Narbo chuckles heartily. But I'm sure you haven't what comes to reminisce about good old times, eh? His predatory smile makes you cautious, even though he invites you to sit down with a casual wave of his meaty hand. Okay. No time to spare. Get down to business. We looked at him, but we don't want to stay here longer than we have to. We're straight down to business. You tell Narbo to let bygones be bygones and instead listen to what you have to offer now. You got some balls coming here, all business and bold. After a tense moment, his stern expression turns into a toothless smile. I like it. The bodyguard visibly becomes less tense. Narbo opens his arms wide and bows his head. Let's hear it, mate. You breathe in. Time to outline your proposition. Shit. Oh my god, look at this. We finally get some choices now. Okay. You explain to Narbo how you want him to give you a discount on a shipment of metal scraps, which you would then smuggle into Devon through contacts you have in the city's underworld. The profit on the shipment would be quite exquisite. You do not name your contact, but divulge enough of her that the plan looks solid. Buyers, you say, are lining up, expecting the shipment soon. Narbo sits in silence, eyes fixed on the table, as if listening to some noise from afar. He does not cut you off at any time during your proposition. At length, after you're done, he looks up and gives you a weak smile. Sounds like you've been thinking about it a long time, he says. He shifts in his chair. It's a great plan, except for the part where I give you a discount for your asking and not much else. And I don't do that, mate. That would make me, what? An almoner? The bodyguard adds discreetly. That award? Narbo looks up at him. When the man nods, he turns back to you. Hi, an almoner? See, I'm no almoner. You know you gotta do better than that. What you got for me? Okay, here we go. We have, freaking 4 choices here. Tell him you'll be in his debt. He will make a tidy profit, and you will owe him a favor. Now it says moderate chance. Like, what does that mean? I don't know the percentage. I wish the game had more of a real percentage, like 59% or something like that. I base my decisions more on numbers than little icons that they have here. So I don't know. I'm sure about that. Remind him that you two used to make a great team. Reveal that you were in a bad spot. Let him know that in exchange for his help, you can help him out with the problem he might have right now. Ooh. You know what? We might not have had... Oh, here we go. Look at this. Some choices have dependencies. Some choice involves test. Characters can change. Test difficulty is represented by 1 to 100 that you need to roll. See? It's a rolling. We're basically playing like a D&D, like a single-player D&D, you know? Okay. So I'm assuming this icon means that we learned about it. So I'm gonna, oh yeah, quality novel. Yeah, we know his secret because we sat back and we read his mind. I don't know if we would have been able to get that if we didn't. So let's do the interesting choice. You got a problem? I got a problem. Let's do this. He drops his jaw when you insinuate that you know about the problem. Oh, fuck me, mate. You are better connected than I thought, or you have something up your sleeve. The merchant says as he eyes Javik suspiciously. For a while he is quiet, looks up and narrows his eyes. Tell you what, I think we can help each other. You headed to Devon by the way of Avernum, eh? When you nod, Narbo leans closer and signals his bodyguard. The man with the dreadlocks steps closer and carefully produces a small packet from beneath his leather jerkin and puts it into the merchant's palm. This here little fellow might important to me. If you take this out of the city and deliver it to my associate in Avernum, what even? You get your discount scrap for me. The merchant offers you the package. Javik draws in a breath before he can speak. Narbo interrupts him. And before pretty boy asks, no, I won't tell you what's in it, and don't even think about opening the package. What I can say is, it ain't dangerous to yourself, but you might want to keep it hidden from the military of good old crap heap. You take the package. The way Narbo glares at you makes it clear that you have no other choice. This might be the opportunity you have hoped for. Oh, that's so cool. The package is small enough to fit in your palm, feels very light, and is wrapped in fine leather. You pocket it after briefly observing it. You'll be looking for a man named Scornar in Avernum. He ain't to be trifled with either. Just tell him I sent you and you'll be fine. You could find him and his man in Lavinus, watering hole most of the time. Give this little fella to him and only to him, understand? After you assure him that you do, Narbo instructs you to give him an hour, then look for his people at the market and simply introduce yourself. They will know what the price they should give you of those metal scraps by then. He motions to his man. You and Javik stand up and get ready to leave. Rava here will take you to the black exit. We don't want people the idea they can come in here and beg for almonds now, do we? Or anyone to connect us and run to the militia for that matter. You got what you came for, so you leave the Wraith stash through the back entrance and head back to the Comitatus. I hate that word. End. That's the story. Your journal located on the bottom left is now active. It is your means to follow stories and tasks. Oh, here it is. The journal allows you to view your quest, tasks, and other related information. You can filter, blah, blah, blah. Objectives are your quests, ongoing stories. You have unread stuff. Tasks are non-narrative missions. So objectives are main story, tasks, or extra shit. Passengers, let's see, blah, blah, blah. There are several types, like trade opportunities or mercenary work. But in this scenario, you can only find passengers here. Passengers have to be taken to their destination where they will compensate you for your trouble. Be careful because they will leave you if you take too long. Qualities can be statuses, gather information, secrets, and so on. Okay, you got it. Okay. So the package, deliver to Avernum. And this is our, so these are both our objectives? Task. Wandering old man. Deliver the wandering old man to Ash. What the hell is this? What is this? Am I passengers, fighters, consumption? What? Okay. The market pane is now active. Navigate by clicking This icon. Oh, here he is. Ah, the market. Interesting. The market page displays the available goods you can buy at the settlement's market on the right and opens your cargo pane on the left. You can buy goods or sell your own goods. When buying or selling, though, buy or sell one incrementally by clicking there. Hold shift to do more. Drag and drop for doing stacks. Okay, you got it. Purchase scrap metal and additional supplies. You have to have at least 800 units. To have at least 800 units. Okay, so this is my equipment. The hell is this? Like a lizard? So this thing is all the tabs here. Sorcery. The hell is this? Navigation, sorcery, defense, miscellaneous, cargo, and a harness. There's 4 tabs here. I'm covering one of them. This is cargo hold. 250 units per stack. So I have freaking 700. A bundle of supplies enough to cover 10 consumption. Supplies, so it lasts for 7 days. 7 days for walking around. Medical supplies. Okay, coal and scrap metal. What did they say to do again? Buy some scrap metal? Was that correct? What's this mean? What's this? Leave settlement? This is my, oh, this is the thing. Okay, so my quest here. Active, task, objectives. Here it is. Buy 24 scrap metal and have 100 more supplies so we can have 100 more. Okay, so scrap metal. So 24, which means buy everything, right? So this is, oh, it stacks up to 6. I want 26. I want all max 24. 24. What does scrap heap do? Random pieces can be smelted down to find iron and other. Average price. Last known buying. Last known sell prices. It's double to buy. Okay, supplies. Get a stack of 100. Okay, we finished the quest. And this is our money. I don't even know what this is. Bros, Brog, and Larg. Jesus Christ. So this is like bronze, silver, and gold. So how does it work here? Hold on. Bros, 4 Liger, 1 Bros equals 10 Liger. 1 Liger equals 10 changers. What's a changer? Which one's a changer? Oh, changer's on the right. Got it. Oh, it's so confusing because like silver and bronze need to be like swapped, you know, for like regular stuff. Okay. So pretty much every 10 of these is 10 of these and 10 of these is 1 of these. Got it. Okay. Easy. So it only goes by 1 to 10. It doesn't go from 1 to 100 and then goes to the next one. Got it. Equipment that you can attach to the comitatus is sold on some markets or found throughout your travels. They provide bonuses and upgrades. You can switch between the markets of goods and equipment using the buttons. Switch to the equipment tab and purchase the awnings equipment. Equipment tab. Oh, here it is. Awnings. Negative consumption. Linen awnings stretch over saddles to block harmful weather effects. Guess you get 1, huh? Look, it goes over 1 of 2. Oh, you can get it over your cargo. What's this? So this is harness or miscellaneous? Miscellaneous? Went over here. Items. The 3rd type of cargo do not take up cargo space and are not equipable. They are used to trade in certain events. You can switch panes in the settlements of the active pane and will open the corresponding. 1 second, please. Okay, good. They are used, let's see, blah, blah. 3rd type of cargo. Used for special items. You can switch panes in the settlements and it will go to the comitatus management. When you are done exploring, click on the arch icon on the bottom right. Once you leave, you can now come back here for this specific tutorial. Be sure to do everything you want. I mean, I don't know what the game wants me to do. I think we're done here. Okay, packed up, restocked on supply, and ready with your business here concluded. You finally make ready to leave the decrepit town of Scrap Heap behind in the morning. You spend the night inside a guarded compound, not for free. On second thought, there's still more things you want to explore. We're done here. We'll spend some money here. 1 Larg. Which one's a Larg again? The middle one? Oh, God, I don't even know. You settle at dawn. Ash is flitting from the sky, and the distant mountain rumble ominously in the morning twilight as your Camitatus reaches the west gate of town. You notice almost immediately that the militia is questioning and inspecting travelers. Jesus Christ. Stories in alignment to the package. You realize that even though they are looking for the package Narwhal gave you, there is a minuscule chance of finding it among several departing caravans, all made of dozens of people, respectively. Besides, the packet is tiny and well hidden. At the bottom of a sack of dried mushrooms, a robed magistrate of the Heap King appears to coordinate the search effort, picking out people or even whole groups for inspection. As your Camitatus draws near, it only takes a passing glance from him to check you before he motions the guards to let you through. Whew. You quietly pass under the gates and out into the broken wastelands. The Comitas is well on its way, and Scrap Heap is a mere dot on the horizon. By the time Javik joins you at the front of the line, just like I said, you made the right choice with this venture. Talk of how many of you saved all of us spreading wildfire, he says with a faint smile. Of course, we do have to make it alive to Devon with the cargo, but it's a good start, don't you think? Agreed. There may be hope left for the Kamitas after all, you know? It's in large part thanks to your abilities, not mine. Be nice. He smiles and bows his head in thanks. Not that I fully agree, but it's my pleasure to be some of use, and I'm sure the journey will be fine. If not like we started with this business yesterday. With that, you both go back to your duties and the constant monitoring of the horizon. If all goes well, you should reach the wound in a few days, where you can turn south along the edge of the Molten Tongue and travel down the Invernum. The journey continues. +3 morale. Nice. You got an achievement called Second Chance. Okay, your progress is saved at checkpoints. Whenever you leave a settlement, reach a checkpoint in story as well as start of each day. It's saved automatically. Manual saving is unavailable during the tutorial, but you can do it at any time except during combat and events. You can also load by F9. Jesus.
There they were, with a full cargo hold and filled with newfound hope. Yet, the road ahead still promised hardships and peril. I travelled with them southwards, expecting to reach more habitable lands beyond the Molten Tongue's river of lava.
Hold space. I can't wait to see what combat is like. We're going down? I don't even know where the... Do we just go down? One step at a time? Crew management UI is now active. Click on the sheet to open it. Wow. Crew management window allows you to manage your... everybody. Okay. Morale. If it ever drops to 1, there's a chance that they will dissolve and you lose the game. Where's my morale? Steady at 6. You can see the current effects. Steady. Max morale 9. Okay. Obedience indicates how satisfied your slaves are. I got slaves. Low obedience leads to theft, runaways, and worse. Oh god. Be sure to guard your slaves with enough fighters and treat your slaves well, or punish them to raise obedience. They're compliant. Up to 9 is the best one. Nutrition shows how well and fed your crew is. Low nutrition incurs penalties. Extra rations raise nutrition, while starving repeatedly lowers it. Or sustain. Vigor indicates how tired your Comitatus, your caravan is. If low vigor results in penalties on tasks and in drastically slower caravan, which can spell doom. You got it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, upkeep. Sorry. It's not the game, guys. It's like 11 p.m. right now. Upkeep is how you owe your crew. You can pay them at the end of each day or keep collecting debt. Oh, Jesus. Consumption is how much food your crew consumes each day. Running out of supplies leads to quick death. Workforce is generated by workers and slaves. You have to have enough workforce to cover the Comitatus' needs, including beasts, crew, and passengers. Going below the required number bestows serious penalties. Passengers, people your Comitatus takes in your destination for rewards. You can take on as many as you want, and they also consume supplies. The lizard icon. We have the wandering old man. who's our passenger. Maybe that's the old guy narrating, right? Here you can see the number of each crew. Look at that. We got scouts. We got fighters. Cool. We have outriders, mounted fighters, mounts, slaves, workers, beasts of burden, reptile. One beast. Outriders are, let's see, the number of crews, blah, blah, blah. Consult, blah, blah. Outriders are special. Outriders. Because you need a fighter and a mount to be able to create an outrider using the plus button. While outriders are excellent fighters, mounts without riders carry cargo. You can always dismount. Ooh. Here you go. Here's capacity on cargo. So cargo went down because we have more fighters. Better they got more fighters then, right? Close the window by doing the top right. Okay, let's just keep going one by one, I guess. Movement 3. One more movement. Now we have to wait. You have run out of movement points, ending the day. You spend all of your MP. Lowers the vigor of your comitatus that you can replenish by camping. You also camp earlier, which helps the vigor. Oh, okay. Radial menu. Radial menu of the node. Oh, here it is. At the end of each day, the comitatus makes camp and settles down. Supplies are consumed, and the movements are refreshed. After each camp, at each camp, you can do a normal or double wages. You can pay them more to increase morale. You can also choose to pay your debts to the crew. Pay now or pay later. The longer you pay, the grumpier they get. Obedience and nutrition here show as well. Your workforce needs show how much workforce you need to maintain the comitatus. You have the option to give out less or more supplies. Okay. Under hunting and foraging, you can send your crew out to find supplies and other goods. Base chances activates depending on your perks, deputies, crew, and the region. You can also see the expected yield below each category. Hunting uses scouts and has a chance to get you a large number of supplies. Critical failure will kill scouts. Foraging is more reliable, but you get less supplies. You can use workers and slaves. You can add them to or remove them. Hunting and foraging results appear after you end the day. The summary of what happened to your crew can be seen on the right. You got it. You can also talk to your companions. Companions heal themselves during camp. The chance of healing can be seen below the portraits. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Who the hell is this? Is that me? No, companions. Who the hell is this? Medical supplies, blah blah. You must also set your defense orders at night. We have a higher chance of ambush. You got it. When you have set everything up, press the end date button. Okay. So, since this is a tutorial, we don't need to care about our money, right? So I will pay everyone now to keep morale going, right? I'll pay now. Obedience. I can discipline. No costs. No MP costs if you're already camping. Liberate one or more to gain obedience. Liberated slaves become workers. Note that the obedience gain has a diminishing return. Workforce 16 of 16 sustain. Rations 100% is fine. Everything's fine. Disable hunting and foraging results. Log settings. Send them out to scout. Huh? Where's the percentage here? Scout? What's this? 60% fail, 27% win? -1 vigor? Critical success. Success, failure, and critical failure. Oh, those four are these four. There's a 60% chance for failure, which is only few supplies gain, which isn't bad. I think we're fine. And we'll send everyone out. Why the hell not? Defense orders, no guards. You can see here you get bonuses. Post guards. Post guards. No guards. High chance of ambush. Sufficient armed crew. What's this? Toggle medical supplies. Used for healing. Chance to lose medical supplies and disable the results. Alright, we're good. Hunting. Success. We got 65 supplies. No harm, no harm. Only 7. Get wrecked. Okay. So that's the one day. Let's keep going. Can't wait to get to combat. Okay, let's go ahead and rest. Pay now. Just keep foraging. There's no reason not to. I mean, there's a very low chance for them to lose anything here. And we'll do basic stuff. Failed. 13 supplies. After a long day's march under the bleak skies and harassed by hot winds, the Comitatus finally settles down in a large ravine. After taking care of camp chores and checking on everyone, you go to your tents and tuck in for the night. There are benefits to sleeping out in the wasteland. The silence is calming, tranquil. Only the murmur of the distant fire-belching mountains, the whisper in the wind, and the occasional groans of your beast. Except, something else is making a muffled noise you do not recognize. You flicker, your eyes open. What in Tartarus is it now? You rise to check it out. Leaving your tent, see like this chick now, what the hell? Leaving your tent and passing the sleeping beast, you are just about to call guard when you stumble upon a large quadrupedal creature covered in fused bone protrusions. It is munching on supplies scattered across the ground. From a torn open sack, the creature is a Jarka, a wasteland scavenger that hunts in packs. Before you can utter a word, it charges you, and out of the shadows, Morwen leaps at it, tackling it. Oh, so that's a monster. This is Morwen. Cutting its hide with a bone axe. You breathe out, realizing she probably has just saved your life. Javik runs up to you. There's more of these accursed things here, boss. Must have sneaked past the perimeter guards. They are trying to chase them off, he blurts out. As he does, you can hear yelling and the sounds of a battle from around the camp. The wounded Jarka is joined by another one from behind, and they start circling you. Oh, we finally get to do a fight. Damn, here we go, guys. Companion combat is turn-based, where 1 to 6 enemies fight against your team of 1 to 6. You can use skills of your companions to defeat your enemies, protect your companions, and set yourself up in advantageous points of the combat board. Companion combat is made up of rounds. Everyone takes turns to act. When everyone is done, it ends and it goes again. It keeps going until one party is defeated. Combat board is divided for 2 sides, friendly left, and the occasional allies on the right is where the enemies are. Each side has a front row and a back row, range row. Each row has 3 positions. Only certain skills when in the appropriate row. Okay, begin the fight. In order, so look at this. So who's going first? +6 for the round, +12, +18, +24. Initiation. So looks like this guy's going first. The order in which competitive is their initiative. At the beginning, all active combatants add 1 random 6 roll to their initiative to determine initiation. Okay, you got it. 1 6 die. Jarka begins its turn, so it hit Javik for 2. Melee skills can be used in the front row. They can only target other front row enemies that are adjacent to the attacker's position or back row. Only adjacent? Oh no, so that means I can't hit this guy? Hold space. All characters can move to any adjacent position on their own side. If they move into a position that is occupied by another character, they are pushed and they are moved to the next adjacent free space. Not only do the characters in the front row melee attack against characters directly behind them, but also make it more difficult to hit with more people. Okay. So you can block them. When you want to move, select the move icon and click it and confirm. Move Morwen in front of Javik to protect him. Click again. I'm pressing. What? Select move target. Okay. Oh, I gotta press move. Here we go. Look at that. We got all these moves. Move. Here. There you go. Each companion has 4 combat skills besides move, represented by the row of icons below their name on the character information bar. When you select a skill, the stats are displayed there. You can select skills or move by clicking on them and pressing 1 through 5. Selected skills are highlighted as they're all available targets for the selected skill. Use Mind Blast. Select 1. I want to see what we have here. So Mind Blast, mind damage, and it's also incorporeal. Hypnosis moves where I want them to. Receding swing, melee swing. No available because it got to be in the front, right? Premonition, friendly range caster and a single ally receive initiative, defense, bonus, and accuracy for 3 rounds. That's really cool. Move. Okay, so Mind Blast. I can hit anybody here, right? What did it say to hit? I'm going to hit the guy in the front. What's this? Current defense block. Current defense evade. Well, I'm going to hit this guy then. Vitality is 8. Its power level is 2. Is there a percentage? Accuracy is 94. My accuracy of this move is 95. 3 to 4 damage. They don't have a dodge ability, do they? Expected damage. That's what his expected damage. Okay. I did 4. That's the highest roll. Well, it's only 3 to 4, so 50-50. Morwin's skills include options to push them back or pull them back. Some skills are more complex, including a move and attack. These type of skills can be used to great effect. Use the kick skill to send the Jarka enemy to the back row, denying it an attack. Meaning, like, these guys don't have any range attacks, so he's going to move next. So we're going to kick him instead. Only does 1 to 2 damage. Okay, accuracy. And it's a push ability. So we're gonna push him. I did 0 damage. Does that mean he has defense? You can consult the combat log, blah, blah, blah. The character sheet can be opened by clicking the lines in the portrait. Lines in the portrait? These ones here. You can see all the combat related stats. There's also a forfeit to pass your turn. Defeat your enemies. Character stat. Nice. Down vitality? If a down character is depleted, they're out of regeneration. Each round, armor, their block, evade, the power regen, actions, initiative, accuracy. Look at all the impediments. Look at all the stats here. So it is basically no perks, by the way. Underneath the camera, underneath my camera is his portrait, and underneath is a category called perks. There's nothing there. There's all the skills here. So yeah, it's playing D&D. This is playing D&D. This is pretty tight. Okay, hypnosis. What's this one again? Premonition. I'm gonna mind blast again. Yeah, a critical 10% chance. He dead. He's moving up. So I'm moving forward again. He's not moving before me, so it's better. I can't really. Here. Oh, okay, here's what I can do. I can move him back. Incorporeal. I wonder what the percentage is. Incorporeal. I'm gonna move it here. So now he's denied his attack. Oh, but I can't really hit him here, can I? It hits 2 adjacent enemies in the same row, then moves to the side. Savage kick. Whiplash. Move here. Okay, now he moves forward. Aha. Now I can hit him with the mind blast. And once again, I'm going to keep kicking him back so he can't attack us. 2% chance for the crit. That's funny. Why would I ever want to like force this? It's fine. What's with these crits, man? What's with these crits? Amazing. Okay, victory. The 2 Jocker lie dead at your feet. Morin wipes the foul-smelling blood from her axe as the guard arrives and talks to her. You okay, boss? He pats you on the shoulder. So I'm not a fighter. My character, I think? Morwen, you now turn to Morwen as she approaches you. All hostiles are taken care of, she says. They got to be some of the food. They got to some of the food, but we can take their meat and other parts to make up for it. I can harvest the critters. Perhaps you will gain something. Let's just go back to bed. So this means it's a perk. Hunting 1 required. So we can do this because we have hunting, I think, right? 2 ivory numplies. All right. Okay, so you guys see how the game kind of is. I think an hour is okay. I usually only wanted to go like half an hour, but I really wanted to get to some combat before it ended. And combat plays like an RPG. So if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already, subscribe for daily videos. I'm gonna go. I burped. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, end this one here. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a very, very big big ask. But if you guys really want to see more of the game, just simply like and comment, letting me know you want more. That's it for this episode. Hope you guys saw what you wanted to see out of this. If you got to the end of the episode, my God, you have a lot of patience. This game is very heavily narrative. A lot of patience is required, but I would say this is not a bad game. It's just, I don't think it's that exciting for videos or streaming, unless you are an extremely exceptional voice actor. You can, have high energy, keep everything going. So as a full series, I hope I did an okay job, but we'll see. This might be the only episode. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.